So hi guys, today we'll be doing a commentary on Angel's play on yesterday's stream. So as you can see, we are in our very lovely home clothes doing this commentary video. So hope you enjoy.
This one and the first hand, right? So actually this hand was pretty standard also, with pretty good shapes, I would say.
So right now she has moved into this thing called 一三听. So if you don't know what's a 三听, right? 三听 means how many away you are from 听牌. So just now she was one away and now she's in 听牌 already.
So this is another part. Cause okay, so I 听牌 by drawing the E1, right? Then I threw the 六筒. So what do you think? 六筒 or 三筒? Because you can choose and you will still both ways, you will still 听牌.
Okay, so surprisingly, right? Okay, based on the stupid book called the 麻将与数学, right? The melding rate for the 三筒, the 3 and 7, right, is way higher than other tiles. Why is that so? There's this Chinese saying called 金三银七, you know, it's like golden 3, silver 7. It just means that these are like the crucial tiles in Mahjong. Okay, so why is that so, right? And why the melding rate is so high, right? It's cause 3, right, actually helps 2 bad shape. Firstly, it melts the 1-2 bad shape, right? And it also melts the 2-4 bad shape. Then you all call it kalong, right? So it melts 2 kalong and 1 good shape. Whereas the 六筒, right, you melt 2 good shape and 1 bad shape. So a lot of people hand stuck, right? It's because they do not have the 3 or the 7. So usually, right, you try to 扣住 the 三筒 lor. Yeah.
Okay, in simpler terms, if you throw the 三筒, right, then your 下家 have the 一二筒, then the 下家 get to meld this 三筒, which progresses their hand considerably. If you don't give them the 三筒, right, then their hand is stuck because they have to draw the 三筒 themselves because you're not gonna give it to them. So it's a way of controlling your 下家 so that your 下家 doesn't really get a lot of the good tiles. Then if they are slower, then your chance of winning is way higher than usual. Yeah, simply put, that's it. Oh, see, I think this is interesting because usually people will throw the 二筒, but I chose the 五筒.
So why is that so?
Because of the my 上家 got, which is you, got throw the 五筒 before. So it's a little bit safer is to prevent like people to kang you, prevent people to pong, like reduce the possibility of people from ponging this style. Yeah.
Okay, and also it's also kang, as you can see from the board. There's no 二筒 before, so if you throw 二筒, right, you're most likely gonna get kang, so you just lose 9 points for no reason. And 9 points is equivalent to a 2.25 两台 hand, so it's quite difficult to earn back. So it's like 放炮 like that, so try not to 放 kang that much lor. Yeah, 三台. For those that cannot count 台, here 三台, 臭平湖一台.
Yes.
2 animal tiles.
Yes. Let's see this. Oh, this is my very amazing
清一色 hand.
But it's like I don't feel like there was any contribution on my part, so y'all can watch the highlights yourselves. It's pretty boring. Like pretty boring to commentate, but it's very exciting to watch. You see me smack the top like pa, because I was so excited that I won.
Yeah, I'm very salty that she won. It's like 没有天理, you know.
What was this? I think it's also a pretty average hand. Can we move on to the exciting one?
But this one throw the double tong early when you do not have any tie yet. It's quite weird. Because you do not have the fixed 臭平湖 shape yet, so the tong was quite crucial.
No, but in this game specifically, right, it was because I accidentally knocked over the tong and you saw it. Like everyone saw it lah. So I don't believe that there's a value in keeping
the tong, right? Because it's
tong.
hard to pop.
Yeah, as in if I never throw, right, then I really pair it up, people will really keep and just defend because they know that I have a pair of tong, which then defeats the purpose of me keeping the tong. Like, I think it will just become a stalemate. Yeah. So do you think that's valid?
I feel it's not valid lah, because in the end they complete their hand, they still have to throw it anyway. And because right now you do not have any danger, right? Give you 2 cai is not that big of a deal. So yeah, for that it's quite fine now. Because you really need the minimum 1 cai. Yeah. But again, it's preference.
Yeah. No, because for me, right, I don't want to be in a situation where I kept it and then pair it up and then be stuck.
Yes.
Just because I accidentally knocked over the tile. So it's like it's something that I don't want to put myself through. So that's why I would rather just avoid it. Yeah. Yeah, I also had a Sesan Yao hand that managed to wait, but didn't get it lah because all the jiuso was gone. Like 2 of it was in someone's hand. Yeah, wasted.
Yeah, so this hand she was following the chat to force 7对子, which I don't think was valid. Yeah, cause she got some time already. And she just chong lor.
See, this is what I mean by like I have very good opening hands. It's like this hand was pretty beautiful.
Got the Nobetan lor. If you know what the Nobetan, right, is 2, 3, 4, 5, like 4 consecutive tiles.
And in Chinese is 双调.
Yeah, 双调. So 双调 shape can accept our tile lah.
Oh, actually, interesting question. At that point just now, would you 吃 the iswo?
At the moment not yet, because I'm still looking for eye. It would be better if I draw in the eye, then also can 门清自摸. Yeah, somehow.
Same. As in for me, it's not just the eye, but at the beginning rounds with such a good hand, right? I want to try and see what else it can become.
Yep.
Before like trying to set the hand. Okay, so this one very interesting.
Yeah, actually this one, right, we've been discussing all night about this hand. Yeah, so right here, right, she made a very, very crucial mistake on the E1, right? Yeah, so
wait. I will explain why. Okay, my what I was thinking. Okay. Okay. So look, I was thinking that, right. Okay, so let's divide into blocks first. Okay, so you have this block. Then you have this block. Oh, my drawing is so ugly.
Yeah, see, she's showing us how she tunnel vision and throw the E1. So
no, okay, but you see, okay, so then there was this block, and then like this one can be both lah. Then here, so I was thinking there's 6, right? Then in any mahjong hand you need 4 sets and a pair. So that 6 is too many. So I was thinking maybe I need to get rid of 1 more. Then obviously because the 3 here can go with like the 4 and 5. So I thought that I can just throw the 1.
Yes.
Then it's the same because I accept a 6缩 here, which is 4 copies. Yes. And I can accept a 7 here, which is also 4 copies. So to me, theoretically, the number of outs is the same.
Yes, it's the same. Just that, right, there's a funny rule in SG Mahjong, right, where 双调 can be used for Chow Pinghu. Yeah. So in a sense, right, where since she throw the E1, right, she forced the 5、7手 to be used together as a kang instead of the 双调 shape. So for the future shape, right, if you can see after she delete this thing and I draw out, right, she will actually miss the future shape or the 双调 shape. Then she could have left the E1 to accept 2-1 or the 7-1, then she will think pie on 2-5手. So my explanation so general. Okay, come repeat what I just said, but in simpler terms.
Okay, basically what he means what he means is that you want this shape because you are planning for this to be waiting for your eye. So you plan far ahead that you will complete this set or this set.
Yes.
Because once you complete this, whether you 吃 or you draw it in, then your weight becomes 2 and 5 bamboo. And then, so this makes your Pinghu like able to win from anybody. You don't have to 自摸. So that's why keeping the E and the Bao one, right, is more powerful than keeping the 七索. Because if you keep the 七索, right, then eventually, like you throw this, eventually you are setting this as a block. You might be waiting for this. So you may draw like 3, you may draw 3, you may draw 6, or you may draw 8. Then you'll be waiting for this very weird kalong when your hand had so much more potential. And that's why I should have thrown the E1. So actually the E1 or the Bao one here, both are bad decisions.
Yes.
Like it's not as efficient as you could be. You're not really fulfilling the potential of your hand, right?
Yep.
Okay, so in this case, I should have thrown the 七索.
Okay, come, let's move on. We have been discussing all night about this.
Yeah, that's like the summary, okay, of like. So here draw the 八筒, which made the shape even better.
So she can literally draw in a lot of stuff, right? Just to think pipe. Yeah.
See, like now, like even though I didn't have an eye just now, there was actually so many tiles you could draw that probably within the next few rounds you will definitely draw in your eye already.
And that's the power of 双调.
Okay, then the power of 双调 also, right? You can see here is that I separated that there are 4 things I could 吃. There are 4 sets I could 吃. Then all of this will lead to 听牌.
Yep, and it's definitely good shape.
Yes.
Wait.
Then it's just a matter of waiting to win.
Well, this 五索 discard a bit iffy. I think the 二索 was a better discard because the 四索 was dead already.
But here I changed to the 三索.
Correct. The 三索, yeah, because she saw the 四索 wall.
Yeah, you can see 3 四索 and all of the 二索. So
Yeah, actually all of the 四索 actually. See, there's 3 四索.
in my own one also.
Yes. Remember this part? She actually got fixated with the double kalong weight. Yeah, she threw it somewhere around. Wow. Okay, see do you think the 下家 will 吃 this someone?
Definitely.
Yes, so why? So what's the saying?
金生.
阴妻, yeah, 金生阴妻. Her Chinese C6, I'm sorry, just kidding.
Gold 3, silver 7.
Yeah, so this thing, right, so the someone, right, actually if your 下家 doing Pinghu, right, you try to keep for a while, otherwise you just 吃 their bad shape lah. Yeah, so let's see whether the 下家 吃. Yeah, but okay, see she melt the good shape. Yeah. So usually if 下家 do not have any flower, right, you try to code the number down more often. Yeah.
What is cool?
Means control. Yeah, you should try to control the tile more often instead of giving them to eat good tiles.
The English gender. Oh, okay, I remember. So this is the part where we won Animal Kingdom.
Yes. Actually, this hand quite standard. The sets are there, right? And
yeah. That's why I said it's like 吃 1 time, 吃 2 time, then 听牌 already, then finish.
Okay, so this one is a 6 block already, so technically you have to break 1 block.
So it's always break the block that is already complete.
Yes.
Which is the anchor here. But because I chose the anchor, right, then I have no tie.
Yes.
But the thing is, because I see everybody like so scary like that, in the first place I also don't want the tie, you know, because it's a bit
Right here, right, she can. Why she didn't go for 触屏? I think it's because you see the left side very scary, right? Like your sun tie.
Yeah. I mean, even if you didn't have sun tie, even if you only had 2 tie, right? I'm at 1 tie. So, and then I still am a little bit quite far lah. I still have to 吃 2 times to be able to听.
Yeah, and your 6-9锁 is actually quite dead. So I think right, keeping the 7 锁to 杠 later actually is quite good lor. Like
you 杠
better leh.
杠 then 4 already.
Yeah, you see you 臭平湖4分 right, then your 杠 is 9分. It's like so much. It's way better lah. Yeah, you can defend it also. So I think quite good play. Right.
Basically, you have to choose the hands that you want to win and choose the hands that you want to transition into defense. Oh yeah, this was the one. Like basically it's when you have a lot of blocks, then all the blocks have pairs. Then what do you do?
Yeah, usually you try to so which do you think you should break though? Like
in rigid terms, right, is to downgrade one of the 两面 so that the 两面 don't have. But I think because this is SG Mahjong, right, like to me relying on the sun one is very like may choke the hand, like it will make the hand stuck, right? So I would rather rely on the one pong.
Yeah. Okay. So for my own preference, right, I actually would throw T1 here because T1, right, is not a very easy to pong tile because a lot of people will use it. So actually I'll keep the E1 here, right, to accept the Sun one because if you look at the Sun Jia, right, he actually throw a Sun one before. So he's more likely to feed you the Sun one if he draw it lah. But
also right, I also don't want to throw the T1 for my 下家 to 吃 right?
Yes, correct.
So there's another consideration.
Yeah, so it's a preference thing lor. Thank you.
Yeah. To me the E1 looks pretty safe then. Okay lor. Oh this was another one right where I focused on the 4, 6, 7, 9 shape. But in this case, right, keeping that thing is valid because I don't have any other
sets lor.
There's no other number tiles. It's like it's just that or nothing. But here I will do correctly, so.
Yes, this so she's not fixated on the 4, 6, 7, 9 shape anymore. Yeah. So usually, right, I wouldn't recommend people to see as 2 kang. I rather people see as a 6, 7, then the 4 筒 as a floating tile. Yeah.
And this is where you thought I wasn't Team Pai.
Yeah. Yesterday I was very tired.
And he told me, you know, like, oh, you should keep the T tong. Then I was like, huh? But I Team Pai already. Then he was like, huh? You Team Pai?
Yeah, anyway, this Team Pai is quite okay because you can still shift the weight anytime later on. It's like you draw T1, 4, 5, 8, right, you also can change the weight one. So it's quite good.
I mean, 8锁, 9锁,
yeah.
6锁, 5锁 also can. Even though the 8锁and the 9锁like a bit dying already, but basically waiting is better than not waiting.
Yeah, this one in this case.
And this hand was also pretty standard because it's not a very good hand, so just progress. And I was very hesitant to throw the non-form because it's the only thing that can make the hand worth playing. If never get the non-form, the hand is a ready to bail hand. Would you agree?
Yeah, kind of lor. A bit hard to say. This one, right, it seemed like a not power efficient move, but in the end you also don't really want to wait on the qi tong. Yeah, so it's more of the breaking the shape for a future better shape, I guess, while retaining value. Yeah. This is a move I don't recommend doing often. Yeah. Again, it's preference.
I think it's situational.
Yeah, situational.
Because in this case, I only have one hua that give me time.
And if say the 8九筒 is 两面 right, 两面大 right,
then
you have
definitely
throw the
yeah, because there were so many bad shapes, right? Then it's not like I wanted to wait on those shapes.
Yep.
So if I'm gonna wait on those shapes, right, later on, it's also likely that I'll actually break also, even though I think牌。
你摆系统的系统
I don't know 嘛。哇，
这么厉害。
哎呀 so noob. How I know? We can't say that. That was so toxic. How I know that I'll draw the 系统? Oh, okay. This is another hand where I just go looking for time, you know.
Yes.
Like time, where are you? Okay, so this is another special case on looking for time, right? Because my 对面 right has all the animals. Okay, not now, but he will draw the animal kingdom later, and he has my 一花. So the only flower that I draw that will give me 花 is only one.
Yep.
So I desperately was keeping the 西风 and the 东风 because of this. Because I desperately need Tai. The 9 is not going to help me. And that's why I skipped the first one also. Because if I pong that, I will lose my chance of Pinghu. And basically the hand doesn't really move anywhere.
Yeah.
It will just be more stuck.
Yeah, so like you described, this kind of no tie situation occurs a lot, so you actually have to find it somewhere else. In the case is 自拍 lah, yeah. Actually, 西风 is quite hard to throw out also, right?
Yeah, because it's 西风西, the 对面 is 西风西, then I have to, if I throw and he pong, right, I have to 抱 if he 自摸.
Yep.
Okay, but there is a very special thing that I want to mention, right, especially for newbies. I mean, not to be disrespectful to this guy, right, but a lot of people when they play, they have a lot of tells.
Yep.
And this guy is very obvious in his tell. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's you know when he plays with his tiles, and especially one later on, you'll see him take a tile and put it at the back. Okay, we'll pause for you. Okay, so you guys see right here at the back, he actually took a tile and put at the back. Okay, please try not to do this, because the moment I saw that, I knew exactly, right, that it's because that tile is part of the 眼睛 and it was part of a complicated shape and he couldn't see the shape with the 眼睛 inside, so he had to take out that one tile to be able to see what is going on in his hand. And that's how I knew, right, that he's not 听牌, because if he 听, right, he will take out 2 instead of 1. But guys, please don't do this, because it's very dependent on the player. It's also not 100% reliable. It's just
a live tell.
Yeah.
Of why she pushed her 西风, even though it's quite ridiculous to push her 西风.
And even later on also, I will push a lot of like some time because I see that he do this, right, and I'm like, oh my god, is there anything more obvious than this? Like, and also when people do this kind of thing, right, I'm more inclined to not fold because I don't want to fold to something that looks very suspiciously not 听牌. Like if I fold, then I feel even more stupid. Like, well, I don't know how to say it. This is very hard. Like I don't want to fold and make myself feel bad.
Yeah. Then as you can see, she won 一台 and stopped the animal kingdom. And really, the guy really haven't 听牌yet.
Yeah, and really the tile that he took out was part of a complicated shape that he couldn't see.
Yep. I think another tile he had was a 清一色 tile, right, where he was taking a very long time to figure out the shape of 清一色.
He'll move around the tile also.
Yep.
Then like look here, look there also. Then you can tell that it's definitely a complex, long shape. Or like it could be not 清一色 lah, but it's just something that's very long and very like hard to tell.
Yeah, but I think later on we'll see that, right? Like he will start fidgeting with his 清一色.
So would you say, right, it's recommended for newbies not to do that?
To fidget around with the tile?
Yeah. like to move around. I mean, I do feel right that when you're still like maybe starting out, then you're not very familiar with the shapes and stuff. It's a bit hard to see.
Yep. I would just recommend them to just fidget lor. I mean, if it helps you see the hand better, just go ahead. You know, you're still learning.
But I think also must be aware that people may take advantage of this knowledge.
Yep.
Then maybe later on then can try to minimize it.
Yeah, you can try to picture it in your brain and shift it around in your brain.
Then later they do that, then make mistake. Then how?
Then don't try it at home.
Yeah, I don't have enough blocks, so I need to look for Oh, I think you said here I should throw the 一所, right?
Not throw the 一所, throw the 四筒, cause the 二筒 is dead already. Yeah, cause if the opponent, the 对面 right, 碰二筒, so the 四筒 quite useless.
No, but actually I felt that as much as that is true, the 1 is also quite useless because I can see 2 copies of Sun 1 and there was already 1 on the table. So I feel that it's a 50-50.
The odds are quite close, yeah. But based on the opposite discard, right, I feel that he do not have any of the 1字 left. Yeah, I feel like he was clearing the suit. Cause he throw 8 1, then 2 1, then 5 1, right? So actually he seemed like he do not have any 1字 left.
That's true.
So the 1 is better to float, in my opinion.
Because it means that there might be more in the wall. Right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, it's like can tell for sure that the guy don't have 1字 unless he prove me wrong later. Then I'm a clown.
But either way, the 四筒 was on its way out lah. I did throw it.
Yep.
And I drew the correct one. Yay, 六筒. They got 两面.
So just now it was called a 靠张易上听, right? So it's a like a lone 7, 七筒 and a lone 四所. So you draw anywhere around them, right? You 听牌. Yeah. So that is the strongest 易上听lor.
Strongest is hitless.
Oh yeah. Sorry, wrong info.
Sorry, beep.
Why he never review his style? Yeah, I don't know whether he wants.
He's shy.
You want to?
You also never review your style. Oh, okay.
This is a very clear cut hand actually. The blocks are set already.
It's just anyhow, Mel, and hope that you think.
Yes, then she counted 5 blocks and after that, oh, it's set. Just chiong lah, you know.
Yeah. Because by right, you might keep the 西风西 because it will give you 两台嘛. Right? Yeah, but if you keep it now, if you keep it at that point, you will have to downgrade something else.
Yep.
Which...
And it will slow down your hand by a lot.
Yeah.
So definitely not recommended.
Oh, and this one, me throwing the 六所 was just because I saw that the 上家 threw a 七所and then...
The 九所, right? So it actually made a very interesting discard here. So you broke a pair, right? So what is the general guideline for breaking pair and when to break a set?
Okay, because I'm looking at Pinghu, right? So when I have 3 pairs, I want to break one of them. And there's 3 pairs in this hand, okay? So it's the 一所, 八所 and 六筒. And then the 八所, right, has a very special situation because my 对面 already have 1 八所. So it's low chance that I might draw or get to pong another 八所. So I think it's quite useless. So that's why you should just throw.
Yeah, then you can use the general guideline of 三对猜一对, you know, for tile efficiency lah.
Got 3 pair, throw 1 pair.
And I think opposite is not actually playing 锁子, right? Because you see there's 2 不错 in the discard pile. Then he throw a 4 1, so I think he's not 清一色.
Actually, interestingly, at that point, right, I was thinking that if he really 清一色, it will be the 一所.
Yep.
Because it's a 生牌and I have 2 and suspiciously no one ever threw. So That was my suspicion if he was playing 七色.
Yeah, the upper 手指 is like very scarce already. And you see,
but from his hand he took out a bao one. So now I think it's unlikely that he will play 七色. And that's why I throw the 一手 because I was like, well. Okay, guys.
Okay, so the light had just died, and I guess we shall.
And he finished his orange juice also. So, bye bye. If
Bye.
you want us to actually cover specific Mitten's plays, right? I think it'll be quite interesting. Then for every mistake you make, you must slap yourself.
Don't need slap myself. I already do that on the stream. I think do one push up. Yeah, I need to get my pectorals back.
You have, man?
Don't have already.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.